Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining the NASPO State Member Benefits Quarterly Webinar. Today's webinar, we have myself, I'm Maya Griffin, NASPO's Director of Membership Engagement, and Dana Worth, Membership and Operations Coordinator. A few learning objectives before the content. This webinar really is so you all can get to know your membership team, which is Dana and myself. We may be a small team, but we like to think we are very mighty. Identify benefits and resources available through your NASPO membership, and discuss additional resources that your team needs in order to be successful. So where do I begin? If you are new to NASPO, or maybe you haven't been plugged into NASPO over the last couple of months, our website is a great place to start. It does offer a wealth of information, so I'll just highlight a few important features. Here's NASPO.org once you log on to the homepage. A couple of things I'll just highlight. Under the Who Are We tab, you have the leadership, which you can find the NASPO Board of Directors if you are interested in seeing who serves on the board this year. Also under the Who We Are tab and the Leadership tab, you'll see the NASPO Staff tab. This is very important. It has all of our staff listed in alphabetical order by first name. So you can click on Abby here. It kind of talks about her role, responsibilities, as well as her email address. Then I'm going to move next to the News, Events, and Jobs tab in the Future Events tab. This is a very important tab on our website. It has all of our future events. So when registration is live, such as for our REACH conference coming up in July, you can actually click on the title there, and that will lead you straight to the REACH registration page. Over here, we have the NASPO Awards tab, our George Cronin Award and our Julia Mazzone Award, which are both presented at annual conference, which will be in September later this year. Then onto the State CPO Staff and Suppliers tab in the State Profiles. Here's a great interactive map. So say you click on Kentucky, which is where Dana and I both sit. You have our primary member, Kathy Robertson, her contact information, a brief biography. She has some of her senior staff listed here on the website, along with some important links that she wanted to share. Also under this tab is the Regions tab. You'll see how NASPO state members are broken into these regional councils, which Dana will touch on in a little bit here. Then onto the Research and Innovation tab, and I'm going to go to the Content Library. This really is a one-stop shop for all NASPO research and innovation publications. Also under this tab, you will find the State Preference Repository, as well as the link to our Procurement Pulse, which is NASPO's blog and podcast, which Dana will also discuss a little later on. And then onto our Procurement U tab here on our website. Procurement U is, of course, NASPO's multifaceted education platform. We have a couple of slides dedicated to Procurement U also later on in the presentation. So on to the NASPO network here. The NASPO network is our members only online communication collaboration platform. And actually last week on Friday, we implemented a big upgrade, giving the network a much needed new feel and look to it. So we'll go ahead and log in here to the network. So this is what the logged out view of the NASPO network will look like before you log in. It has kind of a preview of member benefits if you're a state member. A nice quote here from our president, Delbert Singleton, some REACH registration reminders. And we also have this professional development highlights, which are open to non-members as well. So this is why that is located on the logged out view. And here's what it looks like once you log in. So if you haven't logged in since the upgrade, it does look a little different. Here we have kind of an interchangeable banner running across. We want to advertise certain things to our members. So right now we want to advertise this certification support is available to you all. Here down in the middle is kind of similar to a LinkedIn feed. It has posts from the community groups that you are a part of all the way down here in the middle. You have a profile here, front and center, with your picture there. And then down on the right side, you have quick links. Now these quick links are also kind of scattered throughout this page. We want to make it very hard for you all to miss how to find our benefits, but here you have direct links to Value Points page, Procurement U login, NASPO funds and reimbursements, our market research tools, and the NASPO conference and events site. Here on the left side, you have a live feed of the NASPO Pulse blog. We wanted to put that up in center because I think sometimes the Pulse blog gets hidden from our members, but we have a lot of great podcasts and blog posts. You also have this new engagement leaderboard that is going to track your engagement on the network, if you are replying to posts, if you're creating new ones, and any interactions that you may be doing. And down here is where you find the primary NASPO benefits. You have NASPO funds, Procurement U, your market research tools, and conference and events that we will touch on all later in the presentation. But the NASPO network is really home to our over 2,000 plus NASPO members for them to interact, ask questions, seek advice, and you do this through the community groups here. Now, if you are a NASPO member, you should automatically be in this all members group. One second here. Here we go. This is what the all members group looks like. You see, I posted the reminder for today's webinar. My colleague posted a reminder for procurement IQ training he was throwing. You see an RFP question posted here by a state member from Ohio that regarding IT RFP process. So we really encourage you all to use this all members group to ask those questions that you may need assistance on. There's also some different communities. If you are a NASPO primary member, you are probably part of the directors community as well, along with some regional based communities. Also on the network, you can see this directory tab in the member directory. What I love about our directory is you can search for someone using fairly little information. Say you met a Steve at a conference, but you just can't remember his last name, but you remember he was from South Dakota. You can type in Steve here. You don't even need to type in the full state. Hit find members, and there populates Stephen Berg, who is the primary member in South Dakota. So next I wanted to highlight the actual NASPO funds and reimbursements page. This is a heavily utilized page on the network. It holds all of our policies and our guidelines for NASPO funds, which we will hit on later on, as well as NASPO's travel policy, which is super important if you are traveling to NASPO conferences and events. Okay, so we will head back to the presentation here. Here we have also catch all email addresses for membership and Value Point. Those are monitored on a daily basis, so please feel free to reach out to those at any point in time. So next up are the NASPO funds. If you are already familiar with NASPO funds, you may be used to seeing these offered in 3 different pools, which would be the professional development, technology asset improvement, and Value Point cooperative outreach funds. Fast forward to this year, we are actually combining these 3 separate pools to one, and we hope to have greater flexibility when it comes to spending your funds, and you can spend these as you see fit with primary member approval across these 3 different areas. These funds still run on an annual basis, so January to December, and are also on a reimbursement basis. And the amount will differ from year to year based on NASPO's budget and board approval. But you'll see here the total amount available per state this year is $72,850. So just to give a few examples of what you would spend funds on for professional development, that can be used for certification, training, sending additional staff to NASPO conferences above the allotted amount that we give you, membership in professional associations, college credit courses, even team building opportunities, and more. The technology asset improvement, we're seeing funds for that being used to implement or upgrade e-procurement systems, software, hardware, cloud subscriptions, document managing systems, anything that's really necessary for the function of your office. And last is the cooperative outreach funds. These funds are really for providing education, outreach, media placement of state-led contracts, and conferences that really highlight the value of cooperative purchasing within the state. So if you have any questions about these funds at any point in time, please feel free to reach out to Dana and myself. We can connect you to our finance team, but also on that reimbursements page that I showed you on the NASPO network, you can find each fund's guidelines and policies there. Now we'll turn it over to Dana for this slide.
Thanks, Maya. NASPO membership is broken into 4 regions: the West, the Midwest, the East, and the South. Regional councils were formed to discuss regional issues, and these calls are on a monthly basis and are led by chairs and vice chairs. If you're looking for a way to get involved with NASPO more, these calls are a way to do that. These councils meet over Zoom once a month to discuss key topics in procurement, share challenges and best practices, and receive important updates from NASPO staff. If you'd like an invite to these calls, please feel free to reach out to myself or Maya. NASPO, sorry, just a moment. A practical guide is NASPO's flagship publication. It truly is an indispensable reference tool for both new and experienced procurement professionals. It's even been used as a textbook by various academic partners, as well as a training resource. This edition features IT procurement, sustainable purchasing, the use of e-procurement systems, and more. Members can order the electronic version on the website. If you want a copy, you can pay for those using NASPO PD funds. Our team is working diligently, and we expect to release the 4th edition of the practical guide next year. Just one last note, in case you know any students that are interested in supply chain and procurement, this guide is offered for free with the NASPO student membership. Now, as Maya mentioned, we have Procurement Pulse. It's NASPO's blog and podcast that monitors emerging public procurement issues. It also shares diverse opinions on a broad range of topics from procurement professionals, strategic partners, and more. It's a great way to learn about topics fast and has great podcasts. Just give a few examples. One of our recent podcasts had Jared Ambrosia, the CPO from Michigan, discussing how his team worked to develop their 2022 winning Cronin Award submission, Competitive Proof of Concept Process. They discuss Michigan's procurement offices being named the #1 in 2019 office culture, theories on leadership, and more. We always love hearing podcasts and blog suggestions from our members. So if you have an idea, please don't hesitate to reach out. Now, here are some of the best practice resources. I'll just highlight a few. NASPO Procurement Toolbox holds the fundamental topics of the public procurement process in an easy to access format. No login is required. This is perfect for new staff or 5-minute refresher. The first issue consists of, issue 1 is Introduction to Procurement. Issue 2 is the importance of ethical procurement. And issue 3 is Market Research. Emergency Preparedness Guide. This guide is designated to support the evaluation of procurement office preparedness to support an emergency situation. The next one is Contract Administration Guide. This guide includes helpful checklists as well as tips and solutions from state central procurement professionals to help you manage contracts effectively. So be sure to check out these resources when your schedule allows.
Thanks, Dana. Next up are our market research tools. We have 2. The first one is GovWin. That is a searchable database of hundreds of thousands of planned federal, state, and local government solicitations. It also has historical contracts in their associated documents. Members have access to SLED opportunities with analysis tracking through the procurement lifecycle, beginning in a forecast status through the award of a contract. If you would like access to GovWin, please feel free to reach out to us and we would happily get you set up with that. If you're a state member, you do have an individual login. Next up is Procurement IQ, which is a leading online resource for procurement research and services. It has price benchmarks, market trends, vendor stats, forecasting, negotiation questions, and more. And for Procurement IQ, your office does share one login. If you aren't sure of the login information, please feel free to reach out to us here at membership and we'd happily get that over to you. We actually see these two market research tools underutilized by our state members. So we really want to promote these to you all. They're great benefits and they are quite costly to go out and get on your own.
The next benefit is our internship program. This program is designed to help states set up a program that they can implement into their budget and office in the future. NASPO usually will select 10 states to receive funding to host an intern from one of NASPO's academic partner universities. Internship grants will be awarded on a first come, first served basis by region with preference to first-time applicants. And you see here that $20,000 is awarded per participating state. That includes a housing stipend that goes directly to the student. Internship agreement letters will be sent to interested CPOs in early August, and with student recruitment starting in the end of September. We also have an internship toolkit. The toolkit contains step-by-step guides if your state is considering hiring an intern, and a part 2 guide for after an intern is hired. We also have past interns' job descriptions and projects available for you to review. So I just wanted to highlight that. If you are new to NASPO, Procurement U is our multifaceted educational platform. We offer a range of courses at all different levels, and all of our NASPO design courses are free to everyone. This includes non-members as well. Those courses offer over 74 contact hours of free learning, which is over the amount needed to sit for the CPPB exam through UPPCC. We also have our skill-focused catalog. These courses are focused on developing professional skills that can be used throughout your career, such as data analytics, project management, and leadership, and more.
So speaking of UPPCC, we do offer these free certification prep self-study tools. They are designed to assist you in your personal study efforts to achieve your certification. You'll see here there's no instructor for these courses, but these are also available to non-members. So a great opportunity to share with some of your verticals. You'll see the self-study tools include practice exam questions as a self-assessment tool, links to readings and free resources, and access to a discussion board to engage with others that are prepping for the exam. Also, we have the new CPPB and CPPO practice test. UPPCC created practice exams for the certifications, and they're the only practice tests approved by UPPCC. You can access these exams for $49 through Procurement U. And next, I wanted to highlight the NASPO reimbursement program. You may have seen a bulletin go out a couple, I think, months ago now. NASPO has launched a brand new reimbursement program to support those that are seeking professional certifications through UPPCC. This program is currently scheduled to run through the end of 2023 while funding is available. But NASPO has offered that opportunity for full reimbursement of both the application and exam fees for qualified candidates who pass the exams that are offered through UPPCC. This program is open to both US and Canadian applicants. So again, welcome to non-members as well. And I will hand it over to Dana to discuss this slide.
Here we have our major conferences we host each year. At Exchange, as you will see, this event happened in early April, but this event builds relationships among the supplier community and state governments. We have several rounds of timed one-on-one appointments set up between members and suppliers, so they get a chance to connect during uninterrupted time. We also have educational sessions and other networking opportunities. REACH stands for Regional Education and Connection Hub. This conference provides education for frontline staff to learn from and replicate back in their states. Members will have the opportunity to engage with other members, creating connections and building networks to support their professional careers. Registration is currently open for REACH with 6 complimentary registrations per state. Our annual conference really provides a platform for the NASPO community to interact, network, and learn. This is in September. That is in September this year. It is in Atlanta, Georgia. Law Institute explores legal issues that impact state procurement while also offering networking opportunities between state attorneys and CPOs. Typically 2 attorneys per state, and each state's primary member are offered complimentary registration.
Thanks, Dana. So let's just take a little bit of a deeper dive into NASPO Value Points. If you're new to NASPO, Value Point is our cooperative contracting arm. It started as the Western States Contracting Alliance, which if you've been around NASPO for some time, I'm sure that name may sound familiar to you. So what makes Value Point different? What really sets apart Value Point is the focus on our lead state model. We leverage the expertise and the knowledge of our members and your staffs as we create each solicitation and RFP that goes out. So we use this lead state model and a sourcing team. And what that means is there's one state that takes the lead on any particular solicitation, and other members from other states join that sourcing team to add their own expertise in terms of public procurements, but also on particular subject matter, as well as offering their expertise around that specific procurement requirements in their own state. So the goal really is to create a nationwide procurement. States also benefit from lower admin cost of processing solicitations by leveraging the expertise of staffs across state boundaries. And Value Point also reimburses states for the cost of leading and administrating a NASPO Value Point solicitation, as well as for participating in sourcing teams. So it's really a cooperative and collaborative process, and we encourage any of our state members that are interested in potentially serving on a Value Point sourcing team to reach out to us. They're always looking to engage more state members there. And here are really just some fast facts for Value Point. There are 62 existing portfolios and 1 emerging market portfolio for electric vehicles. There are over 600 contracts and facilitate over 19 billion in annual spend. The lead state model, as I just mentioned, that meets most statutory and regulatory requirements for competition. Again, one state hosts the RFP using its statutory framework, and then other states join in and drafting and evaluating. So many states utilize the resulting contracts. All right, next up is just time for questions or anything you would like to know about NASPO benefits. Please feel free to utilize that chat box or the Q&A box here on Zoom. And we will wait around just for
Maya, there's one. We do have one question from Amanda Batten. Is
okay.
How do you register for the REACH conference?
Hi, Amanda. There is a direct link on naspo.org on the future events tab. You'll see REACH listed on there, and it is a live link. So when you click it, it will lead you right to the registration page. Of course, we would be happy to share that as well. Dana, can you go ahead and grab that link for the box?
Yes, I will.
And she'll drop it here. Yeah, that is in the city of rock and roll this year in Cleveland, Ohio. So we are very excited. We have some great stuff planned for that conference. So we hope to see many of you there.
Sorry, it's taking me a minute. My computer is.
That's quite okay. I just saw Bob Gleason's comment. Thank you, Bob.
I think Bob could probably give the benefits webinar for us.
I believe so. I do see another question. Are there any resources available that will walk through the process of getting access to GovWind and or Procurement IQ? Kevin, we have a direct link, but I can send you some additional information as well as login information for these. If you want to drop your email address in the chat, I can happily send that over. We do actually have a colleague on our research and innovation team that is great with the utilization of both of those market research tools. And I got your email, Kevin. Thank you. Yeah, if you've been on regional calls this year, we've been really trying to promote those market research tools because, like I said, we see them majority of the time underutilized, and they're so beneficial for state members to use. Great question so far. Hi, Yolanda. We will have a recording of this training and we'll be posting that on the network as well. And like we mentioned, these webinars are on a quarterly basis. So this is our second one out of 4 this year, but we'll have at least two more live ones, and we'll be recording all of those as well. Yes, we will also post the PowerPoint presentation along with the recording. Thank you. And just a quick plug, if your office is ever interested in a personal benefits webinar similar to this one, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to offer that to your team.